Business cards, flyers, brochures, and handouts. Old methods of reaching out to your community? Probably, but take a look at the number of business cards that was given to us in just a few weeks. You'll see Yuma on the cards because we are still researching Yuma for a place to do business. The flyers and brochures are just a sample of what we have collected. Is this an effective means of communication? Well, from the amount of contacts we've made, I'd have to say maybe. Is it something you should do? I'd have to say definitely. Just takes a few of the right people to make your business successful. And by the right people, I mean people who are doing business and know the community. In the video portion that's coming, you'll hear the mayor of Yuma giving a state of the city briefing to the Yuma Chamber of Commerce. I have attended some chamber meetings in the past, but this was only my second meeting in Yuma, and this is the highest attended and most members I have seen at a chamber event. The 1-minute business plugs are $30. That's a commercial to other members for your business. There was a bag attached to each chair that you can add your card or flyer to, and you can purchase time on the screen in the background. Not every city will have such an active chamber. This one has a large membership, around 800 members, and a city government that is pro-business and education. So here's the best clips of that business meeting. Thanks for watching.
In my new job position, I'm happy to be here. Community. Even Momo, who is this gentleman right here, is a world-renowned artist, completely funded by private donors. It's the people of Yuma that set the direction, and this is the direction of we need to have a stronger arts presence for our quality of life in Yuma. So I'd like to thank those that have taken that and have looked to solve those and implement arts in our community through the direct action. Struck an agreement with the 3 Arizona universities and 7 Mexican universities to collaborate more on student exchange, on faculty exchange, on research, on curricula, on all sorts of the different business of education. We've had our first real big movement forward on that, and that's in the nursing program. There's been some strong success on that, and we'll have more to come. You just broke ground. Allmark is almost ready to go. On and on and on. Those are just an example of the 375 skilled industrial jobs that were created last year in the city of Yuma. And on top of that is a $50 million capital investment by those companies to expand their companies and increase the value of their properties. It is the direction we need to go, is the direction we've been following very, very hard to go to have success in our community. The next success to talk about is our binational economic development efforts. Forefront ED, if you haven't heard, is an organization that the mayors got together about 4 years ago to form with the idea that in our region, we work together already binationally. People work across on both sides of the border. We're culturally connected, we're socially connected, or economically connected. So why don't we use that as our asset? Why don't we promote that as the thing that makes us unique, that lets us compete with the rest of the world? And so we kind of struck an arc from Yuma County, San Luis Rio, Colorado, to Mexicali and Imperial Valley, which includes about 1.5 million people. And I believe the GDP, if that area was a country, is over $20 billion in economic strength. So we've been working very hard to create that organization. County, Yuma County, as well as the cities of Yuma, are currently funding that organization. We've been coordinating with the Cocopah, the Kashan tribes, and San Luis Rio, Colorado. And the 3 areas we really focus on is job creation, education, and tourism. So that leads us to a couple different events. The first success, a budget review committee. They went over the budget. It's a huge task. And the recommendation was we need to know more. So what we did is we moved it into our Neighborhood Leadership Academy, which is an academy, if you've not been through, it's a great opportunity to go through, beginning to end, the city of Yuma. And so we've added to that, what does the budget look like as you go through that program? So that we should, in the next couple of weeks, get a report back from them on the things that they noticed about the budget, strengths, weaknesses, areas of improvement, things maybe we could improve upon. So that's important. We also have stood up a revenue committee, John is on that revenue committee, looking to community members for ideas on how can we generate more revenue, different revenue. That doesn't necessarily mean tax increase. It means how can we do things differently to increase the funding in the city of Yuma. That also means increasing what goes on in the city of Yuma. That's where we rely upon GYDC, the Visitors Bureau, and the Chamber to promote Yuma and to have the job growth we just talked about. Because we have some significant challenges. PSPRS is the retirement system for our police and fire. We have made promises to them that at this point are going to be hard to keep in the near future. We need to find a way to resolve that, and unfortunately, it's all money. A highway user revenue fund that's essentially the gas tax, is what we know it as. The state has swept for the last 20 years a large percentage of that. It has impacted our ability to maintain our roads. What are we going to do? How are we going to address that? We've been pushing for years with other communities to get that restored, but that's not going to be enough. We need $8 million a year just to maintain our current roads. And I'm sure we don't want to just maintain what we have. We want to improve upon them. That's going to be $13 million. We can do that this next year, but after that, we're down to $3.5 million for our roads, and that's just not going to work. So we've got to come up with ways that we're going to address that through the different elements to try to get this solved. And the last element on our path to success is higher education. The University of Yuma campus idea is moving forward. We've been working very closely with Arizona Western College. And I'm pretty sure I'm stealing Dr. Kor's thunder. Is he still here? No, he left? Okay, so good. I'm not stealing his thunder then. They just went through their visioning process. And Dr. Kor sat down with me and went over the whole thing. And he has something he calls the big, hairy, audacious goal. I've never heard that before, but that was a pretty interesting way to phrase it. I call it a vision or a goal, but I'm going to paraphrase this. Their goal is to increase four-year baccalaureate, residents that have a four-year baccalaureate degree 100% by 2035. That means doubling the number of people in Yuma that have a four-year degree. What's interesting is AWC doesn't grant four-year degrees. So how are they going to do that? They're going to do that through what they're known for doing, for collaborating, for building the ability to get things done throughout the community with our three state universities. And that's where we're going with the University of Yuma campus. We're currently developing our community committee. We've had some discussions on state, federal, and private funding sources. We've moved forward with the land status, and we're developing the first phase of what this could potentially look like. It is a huge hill to climb, but it is a very important hill to climb for our community. But the big path to success is through you, Uncle Sam, pointing at you. The community can only be built by the community. So continue to do what you're doing, but look forward to see what else can we do. How else can we work together to get things done? This is my contact information. Let me know. I will meet with just about anybody. I will thank you, Mike. I appreciate that.
Good morning, Yuma. Anybody miss me? So, how many of you guys all know that I do 1 minute? I wasn't allowed to give you the stop sign, just 1 minute. So, how many of you guys know I do fire and flood restoration? Yeah. How many of you forgot because I worked so hard on it that I do plumbing? So, I started out as a plumber. We do plumbing, we do repairs and everything that goes along with it. We also have a general contractor's license. So if you want to remodel, because sometimes a flood forces you into a remodel, but if you just choose to do that, we can do that as well because it's easier. We can plan.
We've been doing that for many years now. We are experts at website design in Yuma. I've been kind of repeating a few tips over the last few months, and I'm going to repeat them one more time because they've taken effect, and these are critically important for your website. Number one, make sure you're loading your website with an SSL certificate. It puts that little lock up in the location bar and it turns green. If you don't have that, it's going to be turning away visitors from your website. Number two, if you have a contact form on your website, make sure you're using the very latest with the Google reCAPTCHA system. If you're not, your form may not be functioning. And number 3, make sure your website is fully dialed in to be mobile friendly. People are using their phones more than their computers to look at your websites. If you need help with any of that, we put these in every single bag this morning, so you can find our flyer and give us a call at MGM. Thank you.
Good morning, Yuma. Good morning. Just want to take a couple seconds to thank the mayor for his, that's a great presentation. Thank you for that. As you may know, we've had a revolving banner up here, not to tag on what you said about, thanking our police officers and all that stuff there, but we do offer special rates as Max Force Pest Control to give back to our community. Special rates for police, fire, EMT. Not just that, but Customs and Border Patrol agents do a humongous job in keeping our city safe as well, our borders. We do offer special rates for that. And also military and veteran discounts as well, special rates for that. And also school teachers, they do a lot for our city, so we do offer special rates for that. So once again, AT with Max Force Pest Control, thank you very much.
We have 2 winners of the selfie contest. Brandon